distinguished guests, speakers and practitioners, ladies and gentlemen, I first apologize for being late. I had to attend another conference, and coming from the other side of Abu Dhabi to Saudi takes a little bit of time. So thank you for your patience. I thought maybe if I come a bit late, I wouldn't find anybody here. But whoever been taking the question, thank you for lengthening these answers and questions until I came. I'm pleased to be with you at this Culture Summit, Abu Dhabi. This annual summit has continued to attract prominent speakers, artists, performers, and guests from around the world. So we welcome you to Abu Dhabi and to the United Arab Emirates. It's also significant that the summit is supported by important international cultural entities. I am delighted to welcome you all. I am confident that the summit will help to enhance your relationships with one another, that it will establish connections between your varied cultures and traditions, and that you will work together to promote the values of tolerance, dialogue, fraternity, openness, perseverance, and curiosity, so critically needed for the well-being of our world. It's quite appropriate that the summit is hosted by the Abu Dhabi Department of Culture and Tourism. We are very proud of Abu Dhabi as a city of culture and arts. Under the leadership of His Highness the President, Sheikh Mohammed bin Al Nahyan, Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates are keen to share their cultural achievements with the rest of the world. His Highness' leadership and guidance, arts and culture, as well as our history and heritage, are at the center of our comprehensive plans for development and progress. Our country and our capital city support culture and the arts as important means for strengthening the common bonds that unite peoples around the world. My dear friends, as the Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence in the United Arab Emirates, I strongly believe that culture and the arts promote respect, understanding, dialogue, and appreciation for other cultures. They help to build and fortify important bridges between countries and peoples. Culture and the arts allow us to celebrate the principles and values that unite us across national and cultural boundaries and highlight our common aspirations and pursuits. Therefore, I am pleased to anticipate, indeed to celebrate, the outcomes of your discussions and deliberations at this important summit. I also agree with your view of culture as the continuum over time. A nation does not harness their energies of its people until each one of its inhabitants is aware of the elements of their identity and heritage. It is essential for our future well-being that we encourage people to be knowledgeable about their history, to preserve their heritage and traditions, and to learn how to integrate them into their daily lives as they proceed to build their future. In the United Arab Emirates, we have great respect for our culture, heritage, and traditions. His Highness the President tells us that our sense of our place in the world and our ability to chart our future clearly requires that we know and study the path which has led to the present. As a result, the culture of the United Arab Emirates is vibrant and healthy. As we know, the culture of a people is shaped by their beliefs, their customs, arts, by their way of life. We Emiratis have a distinctive relationship with God. We value our own history and traditions. We revere our families. We like to engage and succeed in business. We value our relations with our brothers, sisters, and friends around the world. We support and encourage established and aspiring writers and artists. We take a broad view of culture to include imaginative entrepreneurial efforts related to creative industries. We firmly acknowledge the cultural significance of archaeology. We see sports as a key cultural understanding. We are committed to the universal values of peace. We participate fully in all regional and global useful initiatives and developments, and we actively work with others in dealing with global issues and concerns. Above all, we believe that the promotion of heritage, culture, and the arts will inspire people to initiate improvements in their individual communities in matters such as energy use, pollution, climate change, sustainable development, and protection of the environment, public services, health, education, and the physical fitness. Along with countless other characteristics, some age-old and others new, these factors shape our Emirati culture. We are committed to the preservation of that culture. Certainly, a culture that threatens no one, a culture that distinguishes us as citizens of the United Arab Emirates. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are thankful that such a remarkable enlightened culture has developed in our country, we recognize that swiftly changing conditions could threaten the culture that we treasure so much. Even in the absence of threat, the culture merits reinforcement and enhancement. To that end, we believe that the citizens have a special responsibility to know their own culture. They must be able to communicate the Emirati culture to others, and they must understand the effect of culture on empowering young people, women, and all other segments of society. The role of government, the private sector, art exhibits, museums, news organizations, musical events, drama, sporting events, film festivals, literature festivals, and poetry contests must all be understood. And the contributions of various other communities with different cultures, religious and philosophical beliefs must be encouraged and appreciated. In short, we must be committed to working together to strengthen the cohesiveness of our society by seizing the initiative to eliminate heritage and culture at every turn. Let me close by noting that in the United Arab Emirates, we aim to establish cultural affinity with all peoples of the world. This is also an important goal at this important summit. In light of various international conflicts and disputes and the need for peace and understanding around the world, it has now become supremely urgent that we not only understand the bonds that unite us as one members of one human family, but that we actively promote and reinforce them. The more we understand each other's culture and values, the more sensitive we will become to each other's needs. And the more tolerant we are of the divergent cultures of our global citizens, the closer we will get to world peace. Values and ideas can bind us close to each other when they are knowledgeably and passionately articulated. I wish you a very successful summit and fervently hope that the knowledge you acquire will enable you to be true cultural champions and effective change agents for the benefit of our world. I'd like to thank you all. May peace, tolerance, and cultural affinity be with you all. Thank you, and God bless you.